here's what we don't know yet, which is obviously what actually happened. If it was a series of coincidences, I think it's really early to say that, because what I am worried about, just looking at this, sort of forget who did it, is just what actually happened today. Two major enterprises that are part of our critical infrastructure, one financial, one transportation, had systemic failures that brought their whole systems down. Now, I don't understand why there weren't backup systems, redundancies, ways in which these systems could sort of adapt or pivot so that they can continue to keep going. That's what makes me worried. Is this is critical infrastructure. These are two major institutions that are responsible for transportation and our financial well-being. That's what I'm worried about, until we get the answer of what in fact happened at this stage.
And Charles, it does show really how vulnerable we are when you think, and how dependent on computer systems and the internet that we are, and rather just manual functions that we used to do in the old days.
Well, I mean, it really does bring it all to light. I mean, we've got computers in our cars, we've got them in our pockets, they're all over planes. It's the interconnectivity also brings extra vulnerability and extra exploitability. And, until people and companies and organizations start doing more to protect themselves, they're going to end up in this predicament.
So what happened, Charles, inside of companies today?
Well, inside of companies, at least a lot of my clients were running around and they were terrified. They were saying, is this some tip of the iceberg cyber attack? Should we be more worried? I mean, if the stock exchange got hit with all of their, epic and endless security, how vulnerable are we? There are CEOs and CFOs running around right now who are sweating bullets, trying to figure out how tomorrow is going to look.
Are they testing?
We're still not all the way out of it.
Are they testing their own systems, do you think, Juliet, now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if I were a CEO or in charge of any sort of major institutions at this stage, the two things I'd be looking at is, one, is there a single point of failure that can be exploited by an outsider, or that if it goes down, the entire system goes down? And then the other is how long does it take to get the system back up? Let's just assume, as we all know as rational human beings, that systems fail. You can't make them perfect. You can't make them pristine from outside aggressors. Why does it take 3.5 hours to bring it back up? Why does United it took several hours? That we have to be able to get these systems moving as quickly as possible. Those are the two major issues I'd be looking at now.